I'm all about, what's the problem? Let's fix it because I want to live in a happy world. And as long as we keep doing this, it's not going to get there. So that's why I want to change the dialogue on the same issues, the same topics, whether it's social, cultural, or news worldwide, nationwide. It's the delivery that needs to flip. Like, for example, so Tim Cass, I don't know if you familiar with him. I do watch him from time to time.
I feel like I've heard of him, but I don't watch him.
Yeah, like I typically will watch his Timcast IRL, so they're live streaming.
Yeah,
Um,
heard of that.
so, but see, this is not the tab that I had prepared. This is the tab that I found it and I saved it, but then I looked up the article, this actual article, and what can you see now? Can you see me changing windows? No.
Yeah, no, I can. Yeah, now you're on like desktop. Now you're on female.
Oh, okay. So you're seeing all this stuff that I'm doing. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Almost canceled us again. Anyway, so I looked up the definition of female, and the thing is, he's mentioning how. Well, not he's mentioning. He's reading an article mentioning how they're redefining the female term. Are you familiar with this? Have you heard of this?
No, but that does not surprise me.
So what do you think about this? What do you think about the whole what is a female? What do you think about that whole discussion?
I don't know. I don't know if I know enough about it to have an opinion. I don't think I like female just be a girl, right? Like, I don't know.
Hey, Pixel fan, welcome. Say hello to my guest, Marissa.
Hello.
Welcome back. Great to see you. I'm using a new streaming device because like I mentioned, I was having so many issues with the Zoom where, it's like when you click it, it would open up. I would stream in one window, but yet when I would click on something, like something whatever it was, it would open in a different window. Like when I click the app, it would open in a different window, different browser than when I'm actually live streaming. And then I couldn't catch myself until they're both playing at the same time and you can hear it in the background. And then you can't edit that out later on, obviously. And so that's why I chose this different platform. And I have used this platform before. I don't understand why I'm having so much difficulties with it, but I'm still like my brain is still... Maybe I'm just having an off day. How about that? I think maybe I'm just having an off day.
Stars are out of line or something.
I really think so because I am like, really? And that's one of the things. I'm a fixed sign. If you guys are into astrology, that's one of the things I do. I read astrology charts, and hey, Marissa does too. What do you know? And I'm a Leo. I'm a fixed sign.
Happy and Leo season.
Yay! Thank you. What's up? My birthday's coming up. So I can get so fixated. You know what I mean? Like right now, but I just want to have a smooth sailing. I just want to go from, tab to tab and be able to see us. You know what I'm saying? And everybody see us. Because the other thing with Zoom, you can barely see me in the corner and you can't enlarge that. So that's the reason I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to be doing these live streams, especially the reaction ones, everyone was saying, and I agree too. I'm like, what's the whole point of reaction if you can't see my face? Right? So you don't have an opinion about this. Well, let me tell you something.
I want to hear, like, what is this? How recent is this? Like
a week ago? 2 weeks ago? I know what a woman is.
Read me the definition that it says right there.
In this article?
Just like, yeah, I guess. Or the real definition. Like, what did it change to?
Since they updated it, Merriam-Webster updated it, right?
Okay.
So, definition of female, of relating to or being the sex that typically has the capacity to bear young or produce eggs. What are you talking about? Since when have you ever read that as a definition of female?
That's so weird.
I mean,
did it have to be what is the male one?
But do you see what I'm saying? Like, this is why I'm so passionate about words and communication. This is why I've spent my whole life on this, because since I was a child, I was misunderstood constantly. And I had to learn how to communicate better to be understood because I was very different in my thoughts, especially than the family and the culture I was surrounded in. Like I was born in Naples, raised in Spain, but just in general, like when I came here, people were like, oh yeah, you could tell she's from Spain, or my friends would introduce me to other people saying, oh, this is my crazy Spanish friend. Right. But it wasn't because I was crazy, but they meant it because they're like, she's just so different. She's so off the wall. Yeah. So I had to, really learn how to use my words to be understood, because what's the point of living if you're not understood? I mean, you can be in a room full of people and everyone tell you they love you, but if you're not understood, you feel awful. You feel empty. Yeah. You feel frustrated. You feel angry, all kinds of shit. Right. Yeah. So that's why it's a passion of mine. And this has got nothing to do with female, just because I look like and sound like a female. That's not what I'm getting at. Okay. I'm definitely a female because I've experienced being a female in more than one way. Right. Not just because, we have a vagina. You know what I'm saying? Or we have breasts. Yeah. It's the whole process. And I'm one of those people that when I was a kid, I wanted to be a boy for real. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't about being trans. It was just, I wanted to do things boys did. I wanted the freedoms that they had. Mm-hmm. They didn't have to wear dresses, and they didn't have to be nice and polite and cute. I could, climb a tree and be rough. So back in the day, they used to call it a tomboy because you know what? There are such things as that. You know what I mean? There are people that, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't change the fact that I was a girl, a female living in a girl's body that then became a woman. And then I had to embrace it because I definitely wasn't going the other side. I just knew that. I was just like, oh, well, I just want to live like a man. I don't want to look like a man. And don't get me wrong. I would love to have, I would love to live a life as a man as well. I think they're both.
That brings up a good point. Like, I feel like before you even said all that, the first time you asked the question, I was like, well, I feel like, I don't know. Female to me is like, you should have female and male tendencies in you. Like, everyone has both. Like, I don't know. I feel like I was the same way you were when I was little. I was like, I don't want to wear my hair up. I don't want to wear makeup. Ew, I have to wear tight leggings. Like, what the heck? So, and I was like, I just want to play soccer and tackle these girls on the field. Like, I was definitely like, I had a lot of male tendencies, not even though I was a female. So this definition that's just like,
come on.
That's just like producing eggs. Like, what is that? There's no meaning to it anymore.
But that's the thing. And that's the destruction of women, meaning a destruction of a reality.
Yeah. Like, if a guy, I'm not judging this whatsoever. Like, if a guy paints their nails, that's a female thing. But does that mean that, like, they're painting their nails because they, like, want to be whatever this definition says and produce eggs? Like, that takes away the whole, like, meaning, I guess, behind male and female. Like, there was a lot of other meanings, and now there's just that basic thing that is supposed to just not piss anybody off.
Right. Here it is. Here's that article that I was looking for. Remember, I had it all ready, guys. I had it all ready, just so you know. and last minute, after I tested all day, and also I've used this, like I said, I've used this platform before, it never said, add me to your preferences. You know what I mean? But today it did. Right.
I like how the article's called Merriam-Webster expands the definition of female. I think it did everything except expand it.
Thank you. Thank you. Now you know why I wanted us to see the actual article that I wanted to talk about versus just going straight to the Merriam-Webster.
Right.
Here's the thing. We know basic math. And don't even try to tell me that that's, what do they call that? What do they do? It's like 2 and 2 is 5, you bigot. Have you seen that? I've seen that teacher somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, it's you're white supremacist, or you're what's the other one? Come on, what do they call these what does the woke call people that are not woke, right? They call them like the patriarchy. Anyway, there's other words for it. Misogynist, like all these, again, talk about labels. The same people that don't want to be labeled and they don't want to be seen as invisible, because that's why they want to edge their way in. But what I love is all the women and men that are not trans that are supportive of this.
Mm-hmm.
And yet they'll say, still, so even if there's the they, them, and the groups that have the, different pronouns, no matter what their actual sex is,
mm-hmm.
the majority of the number of people are not those people. So
like
how
supporting it, you mean?
Yeah, the ones that are supporting it, they still consider themselves a she with a vagina and a he with a penis.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's the majority. Yet the small group has that much power that Merriam-Webster expands the definition of female.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, let's talk some real shit here.
Yeah.
This is that if the government didn't want this to be changed, Merriam-Webster would be taken down.
Exactly.
So, and wait. And then when you say things like this, because it's the other thing I hear from people that even know me, oh, I don't want to get into those conspiracy theories. I'm like, what are you talking about? I go, the only reason you're saying that, again, talk about the black box that we talked about earlier and the brainwashing. The fact that, did you even know? A lot of people don't know this, but do you know the CIA came up with that term when JFK got shot? That's how they deflected the whole thing.
Wow.
Can you believe that, right? So for everyone out there that's going to use that term, know where it came from, which is where, going back to my passion about words.
Mm-hmm.
Conspiracy theory, facts can't be conspiracies. Because conspiracy is like, you're going to do something. Again, let's use the words right. You're plotting. It's happening right now, right here. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, these people, the half of the world, supposedly, are going to convince me that I'm crazy. That's what they're, talk about gaslighting. It's like, no, you were born with a vagina or a penis, like XY chromosomes, like you study that. And if you didn't, this is where I'm getting back at the whole point that I made earlier about demoralizing a society. So all these people that are rah behind this, we're all inclusive here. We're all inclusive. Really? You can't be inclusive when you're excluding people.
Yeah.
So if I don't join you, you shun me and you label me.
If I don't have the same views as you and I don't fit in your box.
But it doesn't make any sense. Like, the thing is, all you're telling me, and this is for everybody out there that thinks they're woke or left or whatever, if you agree with this kind of nonsense, this making up words, you can make up words. I mean, we add words to the dictionary all the time. Not every word in the dictionary was there since the beginning of time, right? We create words.
Mm-hmm.
But make up your own word. Because when you start bastardizing, I don't know if that's the right word that I really want to, when you start expanding, right, the word female, when you start, that's not, I'm being funny.
Yeah.
That article. But when you start blurring, when you start changing, you know what I mean? You're just complicating things. You're adding gray area to a black and white situation. Why don't you just make a new area?
I totally 100% agree. If they wanted to change, I mean, granted, there are words that like have different connotations than like as the years go on, whatever, fine. But this word specific, there's some words I feel like that they mean, like you said, it's a black and white definition. Why are we making it more complicated? Like it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all.
And the fact that this has happened means that like there's so many, like this is just going to keep happening with so many other words and so many other different things. Like
and it'll never end.
It's gonna be a mess.
That's where that book that you said you've tried reading a few times. That's where that book, 1984 by George Orwell. That's where it goes.
Yeah,
exactly what you're saying. So you're gonna enjoy the book, but I don't think it's a fun read, and I think I remember also wanting to skip a lot of it because I wanted to get to like, where is he getting at? But the thing is, I noticed that if you did that, you kind of missed the buildup.
Yeah.
And you know how they say the devil's in the details.
Yeah. I feel like I need to like just watch like something on it or something. I don't know.
I'm definitely gonna put the link for the documentary. I mean, you can look it up, but there's one specifically made by the BBC that was really well done.
Cool.
And that's why, I'll make sure that I include it. If I forget, please remind me.
Okay, I will.
To send it to you and include it in the video. But let's look at the chat real quick before I get rid of this. Get rid of I'm surprised we don't have more to say on this. See, for me, the biggest thing is not even like what it can do to society, what it does to us. That's all, that's all real and true and very important. It's the fact that everything is made up.
Yeah.
Like the blurred lines between reality. And don't get me wrong, I'm all about the fact that we're not living in reality. I actually believe that we're living in, I know for a fact that we are living in some sort of hologram in a basic way, like in the most basic.
Which is exactly why it doesn't make sense that people, like we started talking about, are this sensitive over shit. Like, do you not realize there's bigger problems to handle than changing the Merriam-Webster definition of female on the internet? Like,
right.
Are we serious? It's just another distraction that the media is pushing so that someone can feel some type of way. Like, and then start fighting with each other about it.